made by Pablo Machin. Here's Iniesta. Lovely little turn to get away from Pere Pons. The pass didn't quite make it. He takes it back off Pons.
That's Barca's season in a nutshell. They're pressing and working, even when they make mistakes, in a way that is very rare over the last 4 or 5 years. And to the referee, a little bit of kudos there, because down on the right-hand touchline for Girona, there was a clear opportunity to give a foul. He showed the play on with his hands forward. You could hear him shouting play, and Girona were alert to it, made themselves a little chance there, and played with such confidence too.
Well, it's Coyote replacing Olunga. Round of applause for the Kenyan striker, replaced by the Nigerian. Fresh pair of legs to put pressure on Barca's central defenders.
Got all his goals in the Austrian Bundesliga, and you look at him, and given that we haven't seen a gigantic amount of him in Spanish football yet, you wonder, has he been bought by City deliberately to feed Girona, or is he at Girona in order to prove his credentials to go and play in the Premier League in due course? This is the beginning of a learning experience for us, and for City, and for Coyote.
Well, you've been talking about your interest in seeing Coyote since the very start of the season, and
principally because they require goals, don't they?
Yeah, they do indeed. That was a decent attempt from Espinosa there. It's going to fall to Coyote. Good challenge from Mascherano. Luis wide. It just didn't quite fall there. There's Suarez. Messi's making a run. Messi's got the pace. He certainly has to get away from Maffeo. Maffeo holding his ground brilliantly. Still Messi. Turning again. Get the impression he wants to teach Maffeo a bit of a lesson here. The ball was a poor one from Messi in the end, so I guess the strategy's worked. It's a chase for Porto, and Alba getting there first.
You called that exactly right. That part of when Maffeo works him and gets a foot in or closes him, but if he torments Messi sufficiently that to show him he tries a pass that won't come off, then the strategy keeps on working long after the one-on-one chance is gone.
The home fans are appealing. They want a yellow card for Luis Suarez for booting the ball away in frustration. Caught offside yet again. You can see when the ball comes in, there's no question of offside. Of it not being offside, rather. And there's the frustrated reaction of Suarez.
Yeah, Sanchez
got away with it.
Has had two moments where I've praised him specifically and meant it. And I think that is the injustice that small clubs always point out and say, well, why don't we get those kind of breaks? Why don't we get friendly treatment like that? That was a booking.
Amaya to Porto and back again. Garcia back to the... Well, that was very, very slapstick there from Espinosa.
Praise of you, because you called it exactly right in that one-on-one duel between Maffeo and Messi, and that means that there's a brilliant little mini duel going on between Maffeo and Luis and Porto to be who's best player for Girona against Barcelona tonight. And even though it's 2-0 at the moment, and it kind of looks like the points are going down the road to the Camp Nou, those three can come away from this match saying, we haven't just done ourselves proud, we've won starting places in the future, and people will be watching them very closely, particularly the City stars, and saying, you look as if this could be a great season for you and ready for England afterwards.
Great poise on the ball from Garcia there, a little bit wasted as he passes it straight into Iniesta's back. Iniesta bundled off the ball by Coyote. The whistle goes for a free kick. The referee's quick to get across and have a word with Olowinraju Coyote. Didn't quite trip off the tongue as it should have done.
Fell off though.
Stumbled off, staggered off. Here's Rakitic. Samuel Umtiti. Mascherano. Looking for and finding Jordi Alba. Return ball from Iniesta. The flag is up once again.
And right, so what must be a little bit confusing, I think, for everybody watching it, is that Barcelona's use of the pass, when to release, they're judging it badly. I admit they don't come across this high line offside trap very often, but in many instances they're not judging well when to release the ball.
But again, I think that's down to the great work that the Girona back line are doing, you know. I mean, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, perhaps. But if you make life difficult for Barcelona, you're doing something right.
And it may be the subject we're talking about. It may be the reason that we're seeing Busquets getting stripped and probably coming on for Paulinho.
Rakitic giving that one away to Porto, who gets the ball back from Luis. As you said, Luis fairly free to roam across the width of the pitch.
And using his space increasingly well from the first 6-7 minutes onwards.
There's Garcia with a chase back for Porto, no major problem. Pass back to Ramallo, Espinosa. Ramallo again. Being harried by Aleix Vidal, who takes it off him cleanly according to the referee. Oh, and just completely misreads the intentions of Suarez. Ponce sees a little gap open up, Rakitic blocks it, and the free kick given against Ponce, and that's got the crowd riled.
I think it's wrong, I have to say. Rakitic doesn't touch the ball, he gets his body in the way, blocks him. Had that happened the other way around,
we would have heard about it. Here's Rakitic. 65 minutes on the clock. Gorka and Adai, the scorers, but it's Barcelona winning, not Girona. 2 own goals. A little bit harsh, I always feel, when you give an own goal against a keeper. Call me a traditionalist, Graham.
it was on target.
I
go back to praising you with some regret, again, because the first goal clearly wasn't going to go in until Adai touches it. There's absolutely no question that's an own goal. In this instance, the ball's on target. It's going in anyway. If the keeper doesn't go anywhere near it and his touch doesn't divert it in, it's not an own goal.
Well, the change is going to be made. Busquets is going to come on to replace Paulinho. Well, it's been a hard-working performance from Paulinho. I think he's shown a couple of moments of good vision.
Oh, there's no question, particularly first half, he had huge impact on the timing of his runs. But this is Pausa again that we go back to. Yeah. This is Busquets, the guy who could find time and space in a phone booth full of 16 people and one football. And this is asking not just to control the game, dampen it out, make sure that the last 25 minutes go by without too many problems, but looking for his distribution, Simon, to release the pass more judiciously.
A chase for Sergio Roberto. Ter Stegen, as always, quick to anticipate the potential danger. Presumably the introduction of Busquets gives Barca a more traditional look about them. Look at Rakitic storming through there, and brilliant anticipation by the Basque keeper.
It gives you that. Rakitic, freed from being the Busquets, has shown throughout his career, one, the ability to arrive, that llegada they call it in Spanish, arrive at the edge of the box, in and around the box, and he has a great scoring touch.
Throw into Girona. Imagine calling out instructions. We're halfway through the second period, and a corner given away. Let's see if Girona have the capability of getting back in this game. Another offside decision. There, the flag up against Luis Suarez, not Messi, who wasn't interfering with the move. Garcia with the corner. Headed clear.
He does that so well.
Suarez.
That was Unzue's idea when he and Luis Enrique were in charge. He said, listen, never mind his height, he's a fabulous jumper. Position him at or around the lateral edge of the 6-yard box. And from the moment that those guys combined when Suarez sent from Liverpool, he's cleared so many corners at that front post.
Ter Stegen to take it. He's in no great rush. Looks like a change could be on the cards. Yes, indeed. Coming Mojica, of course, formerly of Rayo Vallecano. He's on loan at Girona. Oh, that's a good run from Suarez. This time he's onside. Suarez, 3-0. And you can't give him that kind of space, that kind of opportunity. Sergio Roberto with the vision, and what a finish from Suarez, giving Gorka absolutely no chance at all.
Giving him the eyes too. There's two things that are really important to say. Number one, the world stood still there for Suarez. He's had a very mixed season. Yes, with some assists. Yes, with a goal or two, but missing many, rested or dropped, whichever way you want. Comes back with what the Spanish called rabia, definitely played onside. And here's the moment where he looks right and shoots left. But when he celebrates the sky with more anger than normal, that was him saying, I needed that goal.
Well spotted by Sergio Roberto there, Graham. It was Juanpi who just played Suarez onside. The tiniest of number of degrees were in it. There's the rage you're talking about, the rage and relief for Suarez. I still think he came back perhaps a little early from injury.
There's a really good argument to say you're right. When you mix a huge injury like that, a dangerous one, and he played too early for his country, which is typical of him because it means so much, and they're not secure for Russia qualification yet. I back your argument completely that might be the only thing that's wrong.
We've been talking as well about that Girona offside trap. I think that's the first time Luis Suarez has managed to break it, and it was by a matter of inches. On the ball, back to Gorka Irai-Thoth. It's been a decent performance from Irai-Thoth. Made a couple of mistakes in that defeat to Sevilla, but he's looked good tonight. There was absolutely nothing any keeper could have done against Suarez, I think, in that situation.
The expression in the game is he gave him the eyes. Just absolutely looked right and hooked it to Suarez's left. And you're right in that instance. Unless you guess right, guess the bluff, no, you're lost.
Girona still insisting. That one came off Mascherano, and it will be a throw-in. Mojica with his first intervention. Mascherano with the block, and it's the third corner of the second half, if I'm right, for Girona. 5 in total,
thanks to the first of the Mojica rather than the last.
Garcia to take it. Headed, well, I was going to say goalward. It ended up almost being an assist for Porto from Juanpi. But they're still insisting. They want some consolation. They want to give these people something to cheer about. Just bounced away from him awkwardly there, didn't it?
He's furious. Watch his balance go a little bit, because his left foot, it's not the pitch, it's him. His left foot goes from underneath him, and that means he hasn't got the balance to put power or direction on it.
Busquets, a good interception from Espinosa. Busquets again, typical Sergio Busquets. He makes it look so easy, but it absolutely isn't. Free kick for the challenge. No,
having been onside, Luis Suarez has decided, let's go back offside again.
I think he thought he might have been given a free kick for the slightest of nudges he felt in the back. Looked round to see the linesman's flag pointing at him. Titi taking an intelligent decision to let that one go, I think.
But without being pisado, I say again, there's no, you can mock people for being offside, but there's no, demotion from the team or loss of wages for being offside. 62 times in a season, if your goal tally says 26, 27, 28, and your team is up or around the trophies.
Oh, brilliant bit of pace there from Sergio Roberto. The cross in towards Suarez. Just got away from him. But he gets there, plays it straight back, who to Leo Messi. Vidal returns it to Suarez, and he's offside. Wow, what a battle he's having, not with the linesman, but with the Girona back four.
But there's a mutual thing there. I say again, although Suarez, because top strikers, Thierry Henry did it all the time, lurk offside and then bend the run. There is a shared responsibility in the distributors. But maybe Vidal is not a world-class footballer, world-class judgment. But we've seen Rakitic, we've seen Iniesta do that this evening, Simon. And I think it's wrong to always blame the last guy on the scene. Well, he must have committed the crime. There's definitely shared intelligence responsibility.
Yeah, you've got someone holding the ladder, not just the cat burglar who gets in the window. This is Busquets. Titi. Iniesta to Mascherano. We're going to see Denis Suarez introduced any moment now. Sergio Roberto there. Aleix Vidal. His attempt to thread a pass through was blocked. Rakitic there quickly to sweep things up. He looks up. Gets it back from Leo Messi. Messi's going to be dreaming about Pablo Maffeo tonight. Mascherano. Vidal to Sergio Roberto. This time Suarez beat the offside trap and powered his way beyond Mojica. It's fallen to Messi in the area. Busquets claiming for handball. The referee waves play on. Mascherano. It's been a serious performance from Javier Mascherano. Seems to be getting used to having a less of a protagonist role, but always does a solid professional job.
This is the man who the dressing room said, Coach, please don't buy Inigo Martinez. That would relegate Mascherano to a position we don't want him to be in. And the coach listened.
Mojica. That's a risky one with the pace of Jordi Alba. Nearly caught Porto napping. He was waiting to get the ball under control. Ramayo's pass brilliantly intercepted by Busquets. Iniesta being harried by Pedapons. Alba back to Mascherano. Messi finds a way to get away from Maffeo. Well, he ends up being challenged and going down. The referee turned his back on that. Titi. Iniesta to Alba. Suarez nearly doing his trademark reception and turn with the first touch of the ball. Didn't quite come off for him. Here's Busquets. Rakitic. It's quite remarkable the difference in control when Sergio Busquets comes on the pitch.
It means Girona are doing all the running. It means that there's always an extra man to pass to. It means that Rakitic can burst forward.
Iniesta trying the first time chip over the top. It took a deflection. It came to Leo Messi in the end. Almost toying with Maffeo there, Leo Messi. Has a little look at him.
You said it, he doesn't like games where he's squeezed out and hasn't left his personal mark on it.
Mojica bearing down on the area. On the far post, Porto, if he can get the cross in, he can't. Why? Because Javier Mascherano's put his life and limb on line.
Why? Also because he waited so long. Porto's run was brilliant. He saw that Mojica had a left-foot cross option. Porto was there, and I have to say, Mojica didn't look up. Not once.
Good challenge from Mascherano. It's gone for yet another corner for Girona. Alex Garcia to take it again. Denis Suarez is going to come on. And it's the change as Maffeo is taken off and Alex Granel comes on. I got confused there as the number 6 is worn by Denis Suarez for Football Club Barcelona. Garcia's cross, punch clear. And that one harmlessly out for a corner. Marlos Moreno, Graham, has come on, my mistake. There's the number 6, Denis Suarez for Football Club Barcelona. Andre Gomez also about to come out onto the pitch. Haven't seen too much of him this season. He's played short this time. And blocked by Albert, throw in.
Yeah, Dennis can say for sure that he's earned this start. Consecutive goals in the last 2 games, that extra pausa that Vidal doesn't have. And Gomez, the word from the training ground is that Gomez looks fit, sharp, and beginning to merit a start.
Free kick given there. Aleix Vidal feeling the pain. Just clipped there by Marlos, his first intervention. A double change now. Suarez and Gomez. Well, there were acres of space for Sergio Roberto to put that ball into.
The replay backs you, the ball is the key. Because Suarez is a little wander around the garden, whistling, thinking about picking some flowers. To the ball is just given on a platform.
Well, this is one of these things we learn about La Liga Santander. It's become a bit of a ritual. Standing ovation for Andres Iniesta.
I can tell you as a non-Spaniard, I was on the touchline in Soccer City, about 10 metres from the dugout when he scored that goal, and I became very Spanish that night. And any ground I was in, watching him come off, I'd be standing and applauding too.
And Gomez on for Aleix Vidal.
I think he'd run his race, Vidal. Yeah. An up and down game, crucial to break the game at 2-0. But it's just dreadfully frustrating and inconsistent footballer.
Well, he knows he's never going to be one of the key figures in this Barca side. But well, he certainly puts the physical effort in when he's called on. Here's Busquets, Suarez straight away. A bit of space opening up for him. I wonder if Leo Messi might be enjoying a bit more space now. Ramallo cutting out the attack from Suarez. It'll be a throw to Football Club Barcelona. There was a bit of a resigned look, I think, there on Pablo Machin's face. I mean, we always say, don't we, that this game isn't really part of Girona's league. Girona's league is playing, getting a draw from Butarque, managing to get that magnificent opening day 2-2 draw with Atletico. That was perhaps a surprise, but against the big boys, well, Girona, a very modest, humble club.
If Machin's a good coach, if he's a good man manager, there are brilliant things to take out of this that are different from 3 points or 1 point in the league that keep you closer to safety, but his players will know that they competed on an equal basis with Barcelona for a long time.
They may have a chance here. Coyote, is he brought down by Busquets? It looks like he is, and it looks like a yellow card. No, it's the other way round, and the home crowd go absolutely wild. Busquets has words with Coyote.
Unless I've misjudged something, there's no way that it looked like a foul by Busquets, but I hadn't seen how high Coyote's foot was. And kudos again to the referee. I must stop using that word, but the referee, bar one occasion tonight, I think, has been pinpoint in being in the right place, taking the right decisions. Boy, he frightened Busquets away there with the threat of a card, didn't he?
That was fantastic, that close-up. Busquets convinced it was a free kick against Barcelona that he called, convinced that the yellow card was for him, and
Sancho Martinez didn't have to say a word because he just got that fierce face that said, "Listen, son, walk away now."
That was you called it fears, and that's exactly what it is. That's one of the brilliant close-ups we've seen, I think, all season. The reaction of Busquets and the response of Sanchez Martinez. If it crack the slightest of smiles.
If anybody out there has seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, he looked like a shorter-haired version of the child catcher.
Oh, don't remind me, I'll have nightmares again. I've just gotten over that. Mojica going backwards, plays it all the way to Gorka Iraithoff. Long clearance. Well, he'll claim he left it. I think he just missed it, actually. Ter Stegen out. Busquets using physicality there. Rakitic to Messi and back. Denis Suarez, look at Jordi Alba go. Suarez back to Rakitic. Andre Gomes makes a run. Rakitic prefers to pick out Sergi Roberto. What you called it, Graham, when you said they wanted the 3 points in the bag to take it relatively easy. Head back down to Barcelona and the coach. They'll be home, what, a couple of hours after the final whistle with a bit of luck.
It's what Champions side do. I know that Valverde looked upon the timing of this match before away Champions League matches very providential if they could use it properly. The difference between flying home from Spain's a very big country. Let's say you're playing in, you know, the Canary Islands or up in the Basque Country. In the Basque Country, if you play late at this night like this, you can't get a flight home. And rest and recuperation is vital for champion sides who are playing not just 3 games in a week, but 3 testing games in a week.
It's a good interception there from Moreno. I should say from Luis. Back to Ramallo. Ramallo's cross to the far post. Mascherano got his head there. Gomez clears to Luis Suarez. Messi in the middle. Still Luis Suarez. Got away from Mojica. Can't get it beyond Juanpi. It's a pretty solid Juanpi. Busquets header into the hands of Gorka Iraizoz. We're inside the last 5 minutes here. It's 3-0 to Football Club Barcelona. Only one of the goals scored by a Barca player. That was Luis Suarez in the second half.
I'm giving you a look. Not a Gorka own goal, that's all I'm saying.
No, well, we agree 100%. In comes the cross from Porto. That was an awkward cross. And Sergi Roberto's taken a knock there.
Not for the first time, Much underrated player he's got. Luis Enrique always used to say he can play anywhere he wants on the pitch because of his football brain. But he's extremely committed and brave. If football got to give him just a tiny bit more pace, he'd be world elite football.
Denis Suarez. Does he avoid the corner? Not according to the fans or the linesman and referee. Just to go back to that second Barca goal, as you know, I agree 100%. But I have to give, it's punched away by Ter Stegen. Very close. They haven't got it away yet. Finally, Titi gets the touch and it loops over the bar.
A little bit of chaos there, wasn't it?
Slapstick defending at times from Barcelona. Pere Pons, Porto rather disappointed. I'm sure he was going for goal. It was Marlos who put the pressure on the shot, and Barca somewhat fortunate to get away with that.
Yet another thing that Machin on Monday morning can show them again. He'll go over the tape and say, look at Maffeo, look at Porto, look at the couple of chances we made, look how difficult, look how frustrated Messi became. There's so much nourishment and nutrition that Machin can take out of this for his players and say, when we go to lesser clubs, we can win home and away.
Here's Porto. Cuts the cross back. And it didn't quite fall for Marlos. And finally the shot over the top from Pere Pons.
Really frustrating because on the edge of the box here, as it runs to him, his first touch is absolutely lovely. It's cushioned here just to set himself up, and then it's wild. That's so frustrating after doing the first part of it with some elegance and then head up and underneath it.
The difficult part of it with some elegance, I think you would say.
And I think while we're giving credit to the pressing of Girona here, no Grenade, no Muniesa. Both of them would have started.
Porto. Maintaining the battle with Jordi Alba they've enjoyed all night. Garcia to Ramallo, the cross comes in. And it's Coyote this time who heads over. I think we have to say Pablo Machin has impressed us tremendously over these opening 6 rounds of matches.
In words and deed. I think he was doing it while he so repeatedly almost took Girona up. The brand of football they were playing, the way in which he'd inspired people. There's a great feeling around Montilivi now. Although there's no roof in the stadium, a temporary stand, it kind of feels like La Liga needs a club like this. The type of football he preaches and the way in which he's very open with the media, he will. While he so repeatedly almost took Girona up, the brand of football they were playing, the way in which he'd inspired people. There's a great feeling around Montilivi now. Although there's no roof in the stadium, a temporary stand, it kind of feels like La Liga needs a club like this. The type of football he preaches and the way in which he's very open with the media, he will.